What's up, Raider Nation? True to form, I am out here spending the last couple of hours going over game tape and trying to figure out what's going on with the Raiders. Where are we weak? What is going on and who's to blame? So it's been a real enlightening couple of hours, I have to tell you. And the news isn't looking too great. So let's jump right into it. I went and did 2 plays that I feel highlight some issues that we have. One on offense and one on defense. So let me make my case and let me prove my case. So let's talk about the first play. First play came in at about 13 minutes left in the second quarter. It was 3rd and 2, and it was Derek Carr under pressure, and Amari Cooper was wide open, and he missed him by a mile. Now, why is that the one that I chose? Because I think it highlights something that I saw throughout the game, and that is Colton Miller is not a pass lineman. He is weak in our passing protection game, and in this instance, he actually got bull rushed right into Derek Carr. It was like the guy was just pushing a couch and pushed him right into Derek Carr. This is particularly unfortunate because Amari Cooper was wide open. Derek Carr never had a chance to assess the field, but Derek Carr did something as well that I'm going to talk about later in this discussion. But let's look at what we have here. So here is 12:52 in the second quarter, 3rd and 2. Third down conversions are huge if you're going to get into game plan, which consists of converting on 3rd downs. And when defenses scheme against you and beat you on 3rd downs, especially 3rd and short, it's going to be a long day out there. So let's go over what happened. I'm going to show you right now. First of all, let's talk about the good. Amari Cooper came out and sold the quick slant and then broke into the flat. When he cut inside, this defender was with him, and then Amari broke outside. This is the exact kind of setup play that you want to see the Raiders do more of. Are you hearing me? This is the kind of thing where you come in and you want that quick slant. And that's what everybody expects. This is the Edelman play. This is the Jordy Nelson play. I mean, these are the quick come in and slant. Now, let's talk about what the other receivers did. Tight end broke in and came underneath. This guy came out to this defender. So this left all of this into a one-on-one situation for Amari Cooper. And it is absolutely the kind of play that we needed on a 3rd and 2. Because if you're a defender and you're watching the Raiders and you're scheming, you're going to be looking for that quick slant over the middle. Derek Carr is a gunslinger, and he is money most of the time. So the fact is, when you watch this play and Amari Cooper broke to the outside, this guy fell. His ankles were busted. So that's the good of it. Let me tell you something else that was good, because We didn't see this last week. Marshawn Lynch came out and took care of the edge guy. Kept Carr protected. He didn't do that last game, and he missed it twice where pressure got to Carr. Today he got to the edge. Good job, Marshawn. Clutch. That's the kind of play we needed. Now for the bad. Colton Miller got blown right into Derek Carr. Just blown right into Derek Carr. And this is where things really got ugly. Because he got blown in, like I said, it was like he was pushing a couch and just run it right into Derek Carr. Colton Miller cannot pass block. Colton Miller is a serviceable run blocker. He plays too high when he pass blocks. He's too slow. He's trying to use his length in his arms, and he is getting blown off the line on passes. Blown off the line. Watch the tape. This guy is over the line before the snap is completed. So this pressure came right in. Amari Cooper's wide open, and Derek Carr just throws it away. Had to. He had no protection whatsoever on his left side. I told you Colton Miller should not be left tackle. I've been telling you that for weeks now, and again, showed up today. Let's talk about Derek Carr's interception today. Well, the first one, if you watch the tape, it was high, but it came off of his hands. But I want to talk about the second one because Derek Carr is to blame at that. But I'm going to get into that one in a little bit. Let's talk about a defense play now that took place, and that was Chubb's first touchdown. This thing was ugly, and this highlights the first person that I feel is a weak link that has been exposed on the Raiders today. And his name is Melvin. And he was playing, and he was getting thrown around by wide receivers on the blocks all day long. But let's talk about what happened. How come Chubb got beat up? And I'm going to tell you that it was Jarvis Landry who beat up on Melvin all day long. Here's what happened, though. Because another gentleman got sucked into this too, and that was Nick Nelson. But let's talk about it. So, first of all, let's talk about what happened. We had a pulling guard who comes over and breaks in. We have a second pulling guard who comes in and starts to go out to the second level. Chubb gets the handoff, and this is where everything starts to go sideways. The first person that could have got him was Arden Key, and Key is right here. Now, rather than take an inside, clearly he was trying to circle around. He ends up pursuing the play, showing a lot of motor, but he just got played. He got outplayed on that. They put him to the outside, which is exactly where he needed to be for the guards to come in and seal this off. So Chubb gets it, and he starts breaking in, and 99 is gone now. You can just say goodbye to that. Now it's open field. But meanwhile over here, our friend Melvin is getting bullied. He is getting bossed by Jarvis Landry. Let's put it this way. He was being blessed. Jarvis Landry was blessing him. So then comes down our safety, and he tries to come inside and the speed of it was so fast. He does a cut, misses him by a mile. By then, Jarvis Landry pushed Melvin over here, pushed him down, and our safety went down over it. It was like toppling dominoes. As soon as that happened, it was off to the races, and the only person who was even coming close to him, and he started from way over here, was Gary Conley. Now, Gary Conley looked to me like he was doing about 75% speed. I could be wrong, but he just didn't look like he went full motor until about 2/3 of the way then. By that point, the play is over. So what happened here? 22. 22 got bullied. He got bullied on the first one, and he got bullied on the second one. Both of Chubb's touchdowns today were because of Melvin getting thrown around like a rag doll on defense. And if we put him out on an island and he can't scrap with the big guys, we're going to be in for a long, long day. So on our first observation of today is that we have a weak link out there in Melvin. Now, clutch play on the batted ball, and I'm not going to take that away from him. He did a fantastic job. But Melvin is a major concern, and so is Colton Miller. Those are my guys that I'm looking at right now that are a big concern to me. Now, Donald Penn is out, and his replacement comes in and does a stellar job out there today, especially on pass blocking. But people like Donald Penn and our draft pick, they can't pass block. So that's concern number one. Let's talk about Carr's second interception, because that one I am placing strictly on Carr. As far as I'm concerned, where Carr failed today, and if you watch the replay, is, to me, it almost reminded me of a longer version of a timing route that he might have thrown to Crabtree. But usually those would end up being a back shoulder fade or something to the corner of the end zone. It doesn't look like there was any setup at all, and that's the problem. Carr never once looked off the safety. Now, if you look at who intercepted him, the safety intercepted him. So it was simply my fast guy against yours, and he looked him all the way from the time it was snapped. He never once looked off that safety. And as soon as you do that, especially you're on the short side of the hash, you don't have as much sideline anyway. Your guy was already over there. It was pretty much a Reggie Nelson kind of pick, except much more athletic, and he needed more speed to get there. However, that's a problem. That might be a coaching problem. That's an execution problem. That might even be a schematic problem. But Carr cannot be on the short side of the field, safeties double high, put your fast guy on a one-on-one, and not look off that safety. He didn't stall him for a minute, and that's why that second interception happened. I put that one entirely on Carr because he had protection. It was a timing route. It had to have been a timing route. However, he hangs it up there so far, and he never once looked off the safety. Maybe if it had been a one-on-one, we would have been in a much better situation, but he didn't look off that safety. Now, let's talk about who's our MVP this year on the Raiders. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to think about that. Who do you think the MVP for the Raiders is so far? Who are the people that are showing up? The answer might surprise you. In my opinion, already one player is having a Pro Bowl year. right under our noses. Jared Cook. Jared Cook is money for the Raiders this year. He is surely having a Pro Bowl season right now in front of our eyes, and we don't even realize it. I haven't looked up the statistics, but I guarantee you, money, he is the leading receiver to date on the Raiders. He's been catching everything, and he's been making some amazing catches. That one on third down where he caught it, and it was just the smallest window, and it almost came directly over his head. Came over his head and to the right, but that was such a skinny pass. The margin for error was so high, and he just stuck that catch. That was a huge, huge game-saving catch because we were behind on the first down game, and we needed something to start to put their defense and make them set back a little bit instead of pinning their ears and making a beeline for the quarterback. We needed to put some concern and fear into their scheme, and that was huge. The second person, this one might not fool anybody, is Marshawn Lynch. I don't know if I would say he's Pro Bowl, but he's money for us right now. Those are two guys that are absolutely standing out from the pack on the entire team. Is Jared Cook, Marshawn Lynch. I would put Carr at a distant third, but the man has got to play much more patiently in the pocket, and he's got to do the things that he's been known to do before that works. You can't leave behind the little things. And today on that second interception, he left the little things behind. So that pretty much is where I'm coming from at this point, watching the tape, watching everything that's going on. My concerns are Melvin. We really need to take a look. I think Worley comes back this week, and we need him. We have another Melvin Gordon, waiting for us at the Chargers, waiting for us. And if you watch what he did to defenses today, we could be in for a very long game next week. And this is not one where we can lose it. We're already hurting in the division. On division matchups, we're hurting. This is a division game. We have got to have an answer. Now, if Phillip Rivers is out there today against the Raiders, this game doesn't go the way it went. You put the number one draft pick for the Cleveland Browns in his first starting game, sure, there's going to be vulnerability. But Phillip Rivers and those guys, Antonio Gates, Melvin Gordon, man, we'd better come up with an answer. We need to be like on the plane. Nobody needs to be sleeping tonight. We need to be game planning, watching film, breaking down film. We need to be ready to go 0500 tomorrow with a game plan. So that's where we're at. And let's hope these guys see what I saw. Let's hope Carr really starts taking a look at the little things that work when he uses it. And yeah, so that's my breakdown today. And hopefully you feel like it was pretty easy to follow and understand. And I'm going to continue doing this in my own OCD way because I need to know at all times what is the true health of our team. And we got some really good play out of our defense today. But we can't have Melvin getting thrown around like a rag doll out there. And so there you go. Till next time, one love, Raider Nation. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Hey, no problem, no problem.